Hi, I'm Amy.
Hello, I'm Maria.
And we're from Ferntree Gully Library. As it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, we thought we would chat to you about some of Eastern Regional Library's Christmas-themed books, CDs and DVDs. Maria will be doing some of our wonderful junior Christmas items and I will be doing some of our adult Christmas items. So over to you, Maria.
Thank you, Amy. I've got a selection of children's books here for you, and I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about the Christmas stories. I've got a few different ones here to show you. This one's called A Very Corgi Christmas, and who wouldn't want a Christmas with corgis in it? This one's written by Sam Hay and Loretta Shower. And it starts off with the corgis at Christmas time, and they are hanging around having lots of fun at Buckingham Palace. And they're getting their palace all ready for Christmas Day. And poor old Belle, she's looking out into the gardens and she thinks she wants to go out and have a bit of fun outside of the palace walls. So she sneaks out and she's having a wonderful time. She's watching the buses go by, she's getting into the litter and she finds a new friend called Pip. And Belle and Pip are out enjoying themselves until Belle decides she really thinks she should go home. So she sneaks back into Buckingham Palace, but Pip doesn't go with her. So she's finding herself on Christmas Day getting a little bit lonely for her new friend. And everybody's opening their new presents on Christmas Day, and poor old Belle, she's sitting in her basket feeling a bit lonely. And who's here? I think it's the King and Queen, and they've got a great big box here for Belle. And who should be in the box, do you think? The surprise present for Belle? It's Pip, her new friend. So that's the story of A Very Corgi Christmas, and I think the children will like that one. That's the first one. Our second story is by Sue Hendra and Paul Linnett, and it's called Oh Christmas Tree. Now this is a very unusual Christmas tree. When we open it up, we see that we've got all these nice houses. And at the first house, they've got a huge Christmas tree. And at the second house, a pink Christmas tree. At the third house, a nice tall Christmas tree with lots of blue baubles. But at the fourth house, there's no Christmas tree. The decorations are chasing around the house because the Christmas tree's run away. The Christmas tree doesn't want to be a Christmas tree anymore. He wants to go out and enjoy the weather outside. So the decorations are chasing the Christmas tree around, trying to convince him that he really should stand in the pot, but he's not in it. He just wants to go running around outside. So the decorations decide that they're going to make him a nice woolly coat. There's the coat. They're going to make him a woolly coat so he can go outside and play in the snow. But lo and behold, at the back of the coat, he's wearing there is lots of decorations. So he looks like a Christmas tree even when he thinks he doesn't. So that's our second story about a Christmas tree who doesn't want to be a Christmas tree. And what would be a Christmas without an Australian story? A Very Wombat Christmas. Now, our little wombat is getting himself ready for Christmas, and he's got all his Australian friends that he's getting his presents ready for, and he's also decorating his little burrow, and all his friends are getting ready to go off to sleep and wait for their arrival of Santa. Wombat's cooking up some nuts and fruit and Christmas pudding, and he's decorating his ghost gun ready for Christmas. And he's got his toys all ready, and then he realises, oh no, he's forgotten a present for Emu. So he's trying to think of what to get Emu. Will I draw him a picture? Will I knit him a scarf? No, he's thinking, and then all of a sudden he thinks of the best thing for Emu. He's going to make him a wish list of all the nice things he can do for Emu, and that's going to be his present. And then they all curl up and go to sleep and wait for Santa to come. So that's our Very Wombat Christmas, and that was illustrated by Lachlan Clear. So that's our Australian story. Our last picture book that I've got here for you is the classic A Night Before Christmas. And this is illustrated by Bruce Watley. He's quite well known in the children's field. And this is the typical, 'twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And the mouse isn't stirring because the mouse is asleep in his little nest, all curled up with his baby, all waiting for Santa to arrive. And the pictures in the story are quite lovely, although they're not very classical pictures, they're quite modern. But the story is still the same classic story that you've probably all known from your past. So that's our 4 picture books for today. I've also got some DVDs and a CD here for you. The CD I've chosen is Peter Coombs' Christmas album. It's got lots of Christmas songs for you, but none of them are your typical traditional songs. So they're probably ones that your children would know, but maybe not so familiar to the adults in the family. And I've also got some DVDs. Now the first one here is the Frosty the Snowman. Now a lot of you might know the story of Frosty the Snowman. I was quite surprised that I didn't know this story from my childhood, but it's a special story of a group of school children who build a snowman, and they put a special hat on his head that makes him have enchanted powers. So that's Frosty the Snowman. And another one here is Elliot the Littlest Reindeer, and this is also a popular one. It is the story of Elliot, who once they hear that Santa's reindeer announces his retirement, he sets out to prove that he has what it takes to land the job of a lifetime. Now this has in it John Cleese and Martin Short, 2 very popular actors, so I think this will be quite amusing as well. So it's another good one for Christmas. Also 2 popular DVDs for the children, the My Little Pony Christmas DVD and the Wiggles DVD for Christmas. So I'm sure they'll delight any children in the family.
We also have some wonderful adult Christmas items as well. Now, one of the things I love to do is cook and bake at Christmas time. But what I like to do is I like to present different recipes on Christmas Day. I love using the Australian Women's Weekly cookbooks because their recipes work so very well, and they often use great Australian ingredients. A lot of celebrity chefs are baking whole cauliflower, so I thought this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same. And in this recipe book we have a whole roasted cauliflower. Have a look at that. I'm sure that's going to go down very, very well. The Australian Women's Weekly also do wonderful dessert recipes, and this book's called Celebrating Christmas. It's one of my favourites. And I think I'm going to make a Christmas pudding ice cream. What I love about these ice cream recipes is that often you just use store-bought ice cream and you add some lovely ingredients, and it often looks like something a professional chef would make. So, and you can make these ahead of time as well. These ones use figs, and I absolutely love using figs. We have a wonderful lemon tree at home that produces lots and lots of lemons. So I found this wonderful recipe called lemon meringue pie shots. Look how beautiful they look. And they're so small, you'd be able to have a lemon pie shot and some pudding and some Christmas cake and other things that people make. Eastern Regional Libraries have lots and lots of fiction that has Christmas storylines. Now, the thing about these fiction books is they're often very short, a bit lightweight, but they're great stories to get you into the Christmas mood. This one's called Susan Mallory, and it's by Susan Mallory, and it's called The Christmas Wedding Ring. What do you think happens in this book? It's a romance. So in this book, there's young Molly, and she falls in love with her sister's very older boyfriend, who happens to be a bit of a bad boy. Years later, Molly re-encounters Dylan, and they form a little bit of a relationship, and the story is based on a time close to Christmas where they're falling in love with each other. We have Janet Daly, My Kind of Christmas. This is one of those chaste romance novels. So if you like a little bit of a romance novel without too much detail as to what the couple gets up to, this is a book for you. And in this book, we have Travis Morgan, who returns to a small country town. He's come back after being in prison for quite a long time, and he meets the local mayor called Maggie Delaney, and she's looking for a new Santa for their country town, and guess who she chooses? And they end up falling in love with each other. We also have Christmas Mysteries, and again, they're very lightweight. So this one, Wagging Through the Snow, is about a Maltese Terrier that's found in the snow next to a dead body, and the mystery is, why did the person get murdered and who did it? And we have Anne Perry's A Christmas Gathering, and this is set in a lovely English village, and the house is called Cavendish Hall, and their Christmas festivities are very rudely interrupted by a murder, and it's all about who murdered the person and why. Eastern Regional Libraries also have a lot of adult DVDs that are Christmas based. We have some classic ones, and this one has Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. So you have beautiful music, a little bit of dancing, it's in black and white, and it's just a wonderful little story. We have some modern ones like Last Christmas, and this was only produced last year, and this one called Mr. Christmas. So movies there that gets you into the Christmas mood. And we have some wonderful adult CDs too. So these ones will add some festive cheer to your occasions that you're having, some lovely background music. Well, that's Eastern Regional Library's Christmas collection. All of the libraries should have some of these items on display for you to borrow, and you're more than welcome to come and visit us and take something out. So from me, it's bye for now and Merry Christmas.
Bye for now, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to everyone.